What's up, future rock legends? Joe here from Joyful Noise Productions. And in today's video, we're talking about pre-production. The secret weapon to taking all the chaos out of the studio and making your session hit the ground running. If you're in a band and want to record like a pro, you gotta prep like a pro. Did you know that bands who pre-produce their sessions save up to 40% of their studio time? That's hours of your life. That's cash money back in your pocket. Time you can spend perfecting your art instead of wrangling with the mental gymnastics of remembering your parts. First things we're gonna do is we're gonna address the problem. Let's have a real conversation here. We've all been there. Well, at least I have. You walk into a studio. You're excited, you're thrilled. You got your gear slung over your shoulder and ready to make magic. But all of a sudden, there's mayhem. The drummer can't play to a click track. The guitarist tries a new guitar solo and it doesn't come out right in the recording. The bassist forgets all his parts on the new song you all wrote. And the engineer is just sitting there with the clock tickering, wondering if this is your first rodeo. And if you have a producer who's investing in you, he's cussing at you at this point. My friends, that's what happens when you skip pre-production. Time gets wasted, energy gets drained, and worst of all, the vibe gets killed. You came to melt faces, not to be a soul on a shoot for 3 hours. But here's how to flip the script on that. Pre-production isn't just some boring checklist. It's a battle plan. And here is what you need. Obviously, a checklist. Write out everything you need. Your gear, backups, cables, and lyrics. At least if anything, write them on a notebook here, session files. Don't wing it. Organize your gear. Make sure your instruments are tuned and your pedal board and amp are solid. Well, nowadays, all you need is your instrument. Plan your session. Know the songs, the structure, the tempo, and who's playing what. Rehearse it tight because the studio is not a place to experiment unless you already have it dialed in. And in plain English, practice your part. Schedule your flow. Don't just show up and hope for magic. Know your order. Drums first, guitars, vocals, because time is money, baby. Alright, here's the golden riff. The one tool that changed my studio life. Pre-session mock recordings at home. When I was coming up as a musician, we had this thing called a multi-track recorder. We would pop this thing in called a cassette into the transport here, like this. We put a microphone input into it, and we would press this button called a record button. Now, if we had a boom box, we would just press record and record right off the floor like so. With today's technology, you can record your tracks rough and dirty, even with just a phone. Use those recordings to tighten arrangements, spot weak spots, point out transitions. Think of it as your dress rehearsal for your sessions. When you walk into the room, you already know your parts, you're exactly how you're gonna play them. You're no longer guessing. You are now executing. That's the kind of prep that separates garage bands from legends in the making. So let's recap. Make a checklist. Organize your gear. Plan your flow. Do some mock sessions. Pre-production just isn't busy work. It's the key to smooth, killer studio day that actually delivers results. I know that this video here was for bands, but for those of you who are starting out and looking to make a demo and you're just all by yourself, I got the next video for you. Are you someone who has already walked that path and has a favorite pre-production tip? Do me a favor, put it down in the comments. Let's share the wisdom from band to band. And if you're digging this kind of no BS kind of advice, hit the like button, share this around, and smash the subscribe button. Also, check out my other videos that may be on this subject as well. Until then, rock on, keep that signal hot. See you on the next one. Peace out.